Alright, I'm actually sick to my stomach right now, so let's do this. Welcome back to UFC 5. I'm gonna be talking about the event that just happened. It's still fresh in my mind. I'm just gonna have these fights going on in the background, so let's. It was a really good event up until the main event, I'm not gonna lie. It's just so disappointing on what happened in the main event. It's not even because of Pereira loss, it's how he lost, was how that shit, like, first fight, Bobby Green versus Marcio Rufi, that went about how was expected, just in a more crazy fashion. And I was pretty confident Rufi was gonna win that by knockout. I thought it was either gonna be Rufi by knockout, or if Green won, it would be definitely by decision. He was not gonna knock Rufi out. It was just so frustrating watching that fucking Pereira fight. So yeah, Rufi dominated him. He broke his nose, I believe. He broke Green's nose with like a straight right, I'm pretty sure, really early in the fight. After that, I feel like Green kind of just knew in his head, he was like, I'm screwed, dog. So that fight really went how I expected. I thought Rufi was gonna knock him out in a more traditional way, just like slowly but surely picking him apart and stuff. But nope, he fucking did that quicker and cooler than I expected. The spinning wheel kick knockout. It was beautiful how he set it up. He set it up with a fake the hook, and he made Green lean back with the hook because he wanted to weave it, obviously. And then he let when Bobby Green weaved back, he obviously can't weave back anymore. So in the same motion as the hook, he used that momentum to do the wheel kick. It was beautiful how Rufy did that. Those fighting nerd guys are gonna be awesome. Prades and Silva are both on the next card, I believe, with Volk as the main event. That's gonna be good. It's nice that both of the guys are really likable there. The Volk and Lopez fight, like if Volk wins, everybody's gonna be happy. If Lopez wins, everybody's gonna be happy. It's just like I'm rooting for Volk there, but if Diego wins, I won't be mad. Next fight was the girls' fight. That shit was boring as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. And if you before you say, oh, is it because it was a girls' fight? No, it's not because it was a girls' fight. It was literally because it sucked. Literally, the younger girl, I forget her name. It was Lamos and I forget the other girl. I generally forget her name. Lucindo, I think that's how you say it. I could be butchering that. I'm sorry if I am. She literally didn't land a significant strike till round 3. So if you want to call that a good fight, go ahead, call that a good fight. But that was a terrible fight. The girl won that I thought was who I thought was gonna win won, but like I did not think it was an impressive fight whatsoever. Bama Juarez versus Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner needs to move up weight. I don't give a shit what you say. Bama Juarez is just as big as him, but I feel like he's just thinner than Turner. Turner actually like went a half pound under the weight limit. I mean, like not like weight limit. He can be a little bit underweight. He was 154 and a half, not even 156. So that's pretty crazy to me that he missed that. He has to go up to welterweight or retire or something. Well, not retire. I don't know what I'm saying. I heard that he did. I don't know if he actually did. He should do something. He's got to either move up or figure this out because he got fucking submitted in round 1. Like nothing happened. So it doesn't. I don't really know. Amahodas looks great though. He has Bilal in his corner now. If that dude gets good wrestling, he showed great wrestling in that fight. He's gonna be a problem. Now he's ranked. He's looking good. He's a really cool fighter. I like him, and I hope he continues to climb the lightweight rankings. But Turner, I feel bad for that guy, man. I mean, he almost beat Moicano. He fucking hesitated. Man, this dude, the CPU in this game. Off topic here, but the CPU in this game do not let you get leg kicks. Watch, check. I'm surprised. Like, they literally do not let you get leg kicks in this game. But anyway, Bamahodas, that dude's awesome. No disrespect to Jalen Turner, but he's got to figure it out. He's either got to move up because he's huge for next fight. Gaethje and Fiziev. That fight was crazy. It was just what I was expecting. The first round was not what I was expecting. Fiziev actually took Gaethje down twice. Just not, like, if anybody was going to shoot in that fight, I thought it was going to be Gaethje because he's obviously has the wrestling background. Fiziev has the Muay Thai background. But it was still a great fight. Fiziev took round 1. Gaethje took rounds 2 and 3. Kind of similar to the first fight. All 3 judges had 29-28. So that fight, it was nice. It was great. It was an awesome fight. They're both throwing haymakers near the end. And in the second, Fiziev started to get tired again, but that's given considering it was also on short notice. But I believe that Gaethje, I don't think he'd win versus Islam Makhachev, but I would love to see it. I mean, who doesn't love Gaethje? Who doesn't love watching Gaethje fight? You know, if you don't like watching Gaethje fight, you're just not a fan. Like, I feel like obviously this was like the same thing with Khabib when Gaethje fought Khabib. People were like, oh, he has the wrestling background, he's gonna stifle Khabib. That obviously didn't happen. Islam is not as prominent with the wrestling and like the just mauling you on the ground. Islam's a little bit more technical with it. Khabib, I think, is a better wrestler in my opinion than Islam. But Islam is also a way better striker. You saw that in the Poirier fight. So, but anyway, I would love to see Gaethje versus Islam. That'd be a great fight. And again, Islam is one of the. He's a Dagestani, but I love him. He's an entertaining fighter. He's not one of those annoying ones. But all right. The thing everybody wanted to talk about was these two guys, Pereira and Goliath. That fight was dog shit. It wasn't a dog shit fight. Like, it wasn't a bad. The MMA needs to figure out their fucking scoring. I'm not a poetard, as people like to call it. Like, I love Pereira, don't get me wrong, but I was rooting for Roundtree in that fight versus Pereira. Like, when he knocked Pereira down in the second round, I was jumping on my seat. I was excited as fuck. And when he got knocked down, I was sad. Like, I was happy for Pereira. It's not like, but I was rooting for Roundtree. I'll be honest. I wanted Roundtree to win that. I fuck with Roundtree a lot. I rooted for in The first Prochazka fight, I was like, I didn't really care. I wasn't all in on now, like obviously, but like Roundtree's like really the only guy like heavyweight now that I will root for Pereira. I wish that happened IRL. But anyway, I wish this fight happened in real life, but the fight that we got was really good, so I'm not complaining. Anyway, so Pereira versus Ankalaev. I'm gonna just start it off with this. Just pretend you don't know who fought. Pretend it's two guys you have no idea who fought, and you're just hearing the stats. One guy outstruck the other guy 4 out of the 5 rounds, and the guy who got outstruck 4 out of the 5 rounds went 0 for 11 on takedowns, had no control time on the ground, and got outstruck 4 out of the 5. Who do you think won that fight? Exactly. So that's exactly what happened to Pereira and Ankalaev. So I don't really get that. So I'm gonna go round by round real quick. I just watched the fight. It's literally 2 in the morning right now, and I just watched the fight, and I wanted to cry. It's so aggravating too, because like Ankalaev fans will just pretend that it wasn't a complete, like I could see it for Ankalaev. Like you could, I'm not gonna say it was a complete robbery, but the fact that one judge gave Ankalaev a 49-46. You're telling me Pereira won 1 round there? Really? Like, he must be Russian. The guy must be Russian or something. I don't know. Another thing is, Ankalaev said, I'm going to strike with Pereira. He rocked him in the second, sure, but he also shot 11 times. So I didn't know striking with Pereira includes the striking for 11 times and holding him against the cage. So round by round. Round 1, they all gave it to Pereira, which was reasonable. Pereira outstruck him, landed a lot more calf kicks, and Ankalaev literally did nothing. Ankalaev definitely landed the harder shots, rocked Pereira near the end of the round. That's clear Ankalaev. I'm actually going to skip round 3. That's like, round 4 was Ankalaev, which was stupid as fuck anyway. Because he held Pereira. He had control time. He had like 3 minutes control time, but it wasn't on the ground. It was against the cage. Pereira stuffed like 4 or 5 takedowns that round. That literally how he won it was because he held Pereira against the cage. The crowd was booing. It was terrible. So I didn't know. I guess the judges want a champion that hold people against the cages for 4 minutes a round, or 3 minutes a round. Sorry. Round 5. Two of the 3 judges gave Pereira that round, which is again understandable. Because Pereira outstruck him. The only moment Ankalaev had was because Ankalaev held him against the cage for the final minute of the round, and one of the judges gave him that round. I don't know what drug that judge was on, but he was on something. Round 3, somehow all 3 judges gave Ankalaev this round. Alec, I'm gonna go to the stats real quick. I'm sorry. If you go to round, literally nothing, no knockdowns, no takedowns. 0 for 1 on takedowns. Pereira actually went for 1. Pereira actually got closer. You got Ankalaev on his knees. Ankalaev didn't even move Pereira. So no sub attempts, no takedowns, no knockdowns, no like points taken or anything. Pereira outstruck him 21-18. No clear harder shots were landed. Every single one of them gave it to Ankalaev in round 3. So strikes 2. Obviously, I want Alex to win. He's probably not even a top 5 favorite fighter for me. Like if I have to give like my favorite fighters, I love Holloway's obviously up there. So I mean, I don't hate Topuria, by the way. I love Holloway and Volk, but I do not hate Topuria. He's an awesome fighter. He's really entertaining and fun. Volk, Holloway, Dustin. I love Dustin. What's his name? I used to love Usman until he stopped fighting. Pantoja. I love Pantoja because he's just awesome flyweight. And bantamweight, I love Pereira was a super active, super fun champion to watch. Now we get to watch a guy fight once a year and hug the guy to death. Or not even hug the guy to death, like outstrike him kind of to death. It's just, fuck, man. Like, I don't want this guy as my fucking champion. Do you? I don't think anybody does. I'm just gonna do this for the free fucking coins. It's on easy mode. So yeah. Let's see if I can do this while I'm finishing up the video. Really, thank you guys for watching the video. I'm hoping, if you have any thoughts in the comments, like if you thought, oh, Ankalaev clearly won that, let me know. But also, another thing is, I think the UFC should implement more in their sport is the fucking, like, you gotta beat the champion to be the champion. So, boxing does this really well. I know boxing's a bit controversial these days. I'm just spamming just to get them out of here for the free coins. But they said, alright, my bad. I'm gonna shoot. Oh, stand up. But it's like you gotta beat the champion to be the champion. Like in boxing, if it's an even fight, it's gonna go to the champion because the champion is like defending. The defender gets the advantage. The UFC does not do that. You should do that. That's how fighting works. The champion, you have to defeat the champion. You have to either beat him clearly, like very clear as day on a decision, or knock him out, which is obviously a win. The UFC doesn't do that. If this was boxing, Pereira would have won that. I think the UFC should do that. I'm not making that excuse for Pereira. I'm just saying that's how I see it. I'm not saying that should just be for Pereira, for literally every fight going forward. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any thoughts below, let me know. And hopefully you guys like this new style video. Gameplay in the background, me just yapping. Well, I was yapping for about 20 minutes. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and like and subscribe, please, and I'll see you on the next one.